Hi and welcome to another Brix tutorial. Today we're going to talk about the Brix grid. So this is a kind of a Brix 101 tutorial. We're going to explain to you how the Brix grid works and how you can create a new layout right from the start with Brix. So the very first step is to click the Edit with Brix button in your page editing screen. And the first choice that you'll be presented is to add a new section. Now, this is where things get interesting. Brix layouts are composed by different sections, and sections are big content wrappers, which are divided in different rows, and each row has a specific column layout. So let's begin adding a new row with, let's say, 2 columns, for example. We're going to choose a 1/2 layout. So you see the percentage here, 50%, 50%. And inside each and every column, you can add new content, for example. For example, you can create a text block, which is the very basic block we put at your disposal. So you hit the plus button, you can see that you have a bunch of default content blocks available. You hit on text, and then you can, I don't know, add a little dummy text here, and you can hit OK, and your content is now inside the layout. Now, blocks can be duplicated, and they can even be dragged around to be moved in other columns. And concerning columns, if you're not satisfied with this layout, you can rearrange them by dragging dragging their width to rearrange them, or you can also, well, right now, okay, let's do this. You can also drag them around to alter their order, for example, right? Another thing that you can do is to, for example, split them in two. This is a nice time saver to switch to a completely different layout. And you can also merge them together while still retaining their content, which is, again, a nice time saver. Again, concerning rows, you can have multiple rows inside a single section, and each row can have a specific column layout. So right now you are presented with the most common choices. Let's say I want to create another row layout of 1/3, 1/3, 1/3, and there you have it. You're gonna, for example, clone the usual text block, drag it here, and then clone another couple times and drag them together, drag them in another column. And but after that, you can also access a whole set of properties that are related to the row, and that allow you to change its layout real quickly. So for example, if you click on the pencil icon, you click on Edit Row, on the Edit Row button, you can change the row arrangement on the fly. You can also choose to have more interesting layouts if you enable these settings by clicking on the Show All button. So you can always retain your content, but you're going to be presented with a whole set of column layout that you can choose from. And you can also edit, after you've selected how many columns you want, you can also select specific properties regarding each and every column. For example, you can select how a single column behaves in a particular responsive breakpoint, or you can, for example, select how each column contents are aligned on the vertical axis, right? So by default they are all aligned to the top, but you can also choose to make them be aligned, middle aligned, so you can have them placed right in the middle vertically, so you can have a little space before and after the content of a column, which is a real time saver when you try to create a more graphic kind of section. This is very useful. And rows can be dragged around inside the very same section. So if we want to bring this 3 columns row in the first place, you can simply drag it to the first place, and they can also be dragged inside different section, but we're not gonna cover that for now. So this is the very basic grid. With this system, you can create almost an infinite number of layouts. It's really up to you how you're gonna use this set of tools, and we're gonna of course, publish a whole bunch of other tutorials to really put you in the driver's seat and really make you understand what you can accomplish with Brix. So this is the Brix Grid, and thank you for listening.